Gresham. Next to me, of course, Sophia Leash. She's one of the young guns, born in 2001, and she, of course, fights out of Berlin, Germany. Making her way to the ring, it's Il Capo, Chantel Cameron, fighting out of Northampton, United Kingdom. She's as tough as they come and as skilled as they come, having won world titles in multiple divisions.
As soon as the bell goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Berlin, Germany, Sophie Leash. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing from Northampton, England, a multi-weight division world champion, here is El Capo, Chantel Cameron.
Expectations are sky high for this fight. Will it live up to the hype? We're about to find out.
Take the phone off the hook. This is all I wanted to see right now, right in front of me.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Bombs away! No counter punching. He wasn't ready for that counter. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Johnny, a lot of fighters focus on their defense with their hands up. This fighter focuses on their defense with their footwork, moving on those angles, staying out of danger.
It's a flat-footed fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut him off. Cut the ring off, make the ring small. Put him on the back foot.
No, hold on a second, Johnny. Eilish just took a big shot. She's in trouble. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what? I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice defense on that jab. Nice looking right hook, but he blocked it. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Sophie in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Back on.
Get carried away, still in this. Think about
this round. Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about it.
The jab, slick. Keep on the end of that jab. So that's it. Just start sticking a few body shots in here and there.
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
She needs to be careful that she doesn't punch herself out. block that right hook. That counter shot lands. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Only catching air with that hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Do not throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sophie in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
We don't care.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work.
Till the next round will do.
Let's get it started in round 3. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. When are we going to see a jab from these two? She blocks the jab. Throws the uppercut, but misses. Some nice exchanges from both women in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And she caught her with a left hook. Did you see that? Sophie Eilish is dazed. How did they not go down?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Eilish is hurt. Down goes Sophie. Wow, let's take another look at that.
That's lights out right there.
Talk about Sophie in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown. On to the fourth we go. Well, the corner will try and shake out the legs, dump some cold water on her, give her the motivational speech, but it's up to her, Johnny. She's got to find a way to dig deep and get back into this fight.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin, a pickpocketer.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Jab just got blocked. Lucky that hook didn't score. And Chantel Cameron is down. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, four. Are you all right?
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Sophie Eilish is dazed. Let's talk about Cameron in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
You've been put down, you've got to think.
On to the fifth we go. Well, I think we can all agree that was not the best round for her. Let's see what kind of advice and strategy their corner goes with heading into this next round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
The counterpunch does not score. Eilish just took a big shot and she's in trouble.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Nice down goes Eilish. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Can you continue?
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about Sophie in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
I love the response though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Good work. Don't.
Into the fight. You are much better than this girl. Much better.
This is the beginning of round 6. So that's a 10-8 round. Got to turn things around here, Johnny. What do?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Holding nothing back here in the round. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. fighters determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Incredible work rate. Her stamina is off the charts. Nice defense on that hook. Well done with that counter shot. Is hurt. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sophie in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
You cannot gas out if you prepared right, slept right.
So that's it.
And there's the bell to start round 7. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons.
Whoa, Johnny! Oh, and this is not what Cameron needed at this stage of the game! I thought that was the end, but here we go again! Back into the fire!
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And that hook misses. Big shot, and Eilish is on the canvas. That punch dropped her hard. I have got to see that again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. You still want to fight?
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny? Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Sophie in that last round. We've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
Can make or break a fighter.
Back on it. Get focused. Get your mind back on the job.
Round 8, and we're off again. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
A perfect counter shot. That jab misses. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now you've got...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this! And this is a game changer! Cameron may be ready to go! No, we don't see... Hold that thought! Sophie Eilish is dazed! A much better game plan here.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Eilish just took a big shot and she's in trouble. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit, because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot more at the end.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. And that's it, a unanimous decision win.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. What a result.